is going on, you guys? My name is Jess and welcome to Original Ink by Jess. In this video, we will be doing a budget check-in for May. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so it's been a while since I've done a budgeting video, but I am super excited to be back. A lot has been going on. Me and my boyfriend decided that we are going to be moving to Oregon in June. So when this video comes out, it'll be right before we move. So a lot of my time has been preparing to move. This is a big move for us. This will be my first time out of Arizona. If you don't know, I am from Arizona, born and raised. So this will be my first time moving out of state. I'm very excited. My budget, though, has been put to work. It's been a lot of figuring out how much we need to save for this move, figuring out what we need to pay for the move, and also balancing out the regular bills has been very interesting and challenging. But I'm super happy that I'm already used to budgeting, so that's been a real big help and has subsided the stress of already moving. So what we're doing right now is I'm checking in for the end of May. So I get paid June 5th, so that's coming up soon. I'm kind of scared to look at what my spending has been. For those of you that don't know, I do use my credit cards for my living expenses, and then any bills automatically come out of my checking account. I have done the cash spending method, and that's how I got started in budgeting. But after a while, I just didn't like the process of taking out cash and paying with cash, and I switched over to credit cards because I was able to really fix my spending problem. I definitely wouldn't recommend my method of budgeting if you have a spending problem, because you don't want to get into that credit card debt. But I have a good sense of how to control myself when I'm spending money. So that's why I have decided to use credit cards as my form of payment. But I always say when it comes to personal finance, you do what's best for you. So with that being said, let's get into this. And we already have checked out all of my bills. So my bills came out pretty quickly. The only remaining bill that I have is my rent, and that will come out June 1st. The next thing what we're really focusing on is checking out the living expenses. Since moving, we kind of got into the habit of eating out a lot. So I know I definitely went over my food budget. But what I'm going to do is check if I am correct, which I'm pretty sure I am. And then I'm going to be writing it all down in my expense tracker so I know what I have been spending on. So let's get into doing that. All right, now that I have you guys all set up, I have my bank account displayed on my iPad so I can track all of my spending. I find it very easy to have everything digitalized because I always have my phone, and it just makes it easier if I accidentally miss a transaction. I know it'll always be on my phone because everything, like I said, runs through my credit cards, so I'll never miss a transaction or a bill or anything like that. It's rare that I ever use cash. I do keep a little cash on me just in case I go to a place that doesn't accept cards, but for the most part, I use everything on my credit cards. So right now, we are going to be writing out all of the transactions that have been from May 20th. That's when I get paid, and then up until today, which is May 31st, I believe. And then my next payday is going to be June 5th, and then that's when I'll do my next budget. So right now, I'm going to just be writing out all of the expenses. So like I said earlier, lately we've been eating out a lot because our house is in disarray because we are moving to Oregon. So my boyfriend and I visited Oregon, I believe, at the beginning or the end of last year. I can't really remember, to go visit my brother because my brother lives out there. And I already have been to Oregon, so I kind of fell in love with it. It's such a different and beautiful place. The people are so nice, and it's just so different from Arizona. I am definitely a city girl at heart, born and raised in the desert, so all year round we have pretty much beautiful weather, except for when summer hits, obviously. But once he touched down and he saw the place, he just knew that it was the place for us. So after a while, his job actually gave him the opportunity to relocate there. And we just knew that was the sign that we were meant to go. Currently, I work at a school, so my job won't be able to transfer over. I am a office assistant and a volleyball coach at the school, so it won't transfer over because we don't have school. The school that I work for is not in Oregon, so this is actually giving me the opportunity to branch out. I've been at this job for 6 years, so when we were making the decision to leave Arizona, it was very, very hard for us to decide, especially me, because I've built a award-winning volleyball program. That's the sport I coach, and to leave that and leave the kids I coach, it was like I can't leave them. But also in the back of my mind, it's like, am I missing out on an opportunity to grow and expand? And that kind of trumped everything else, because I knew if it didn't work out, I would be able to come back. And I know it wouldn't be the same, because obviously when you leave a place, some things change. But I knew that I would, if I wanted to come back, and I just know I had to do it. Like, who actually gets to say they get to start all over? Like, I know for some people that's like really scary, especially for me, because I'm a type of person who likes consistency and doesn't really like change. But I knew that I needed to do it in order to grow and to evolve. And I'm young. I'm only 24 years old. I could always come back home. I don't have any kids, so it's like, what the heck? Why not? Why not try it? Why not experience new things? Because that's what life is all about. So that's basically in the gist of why we are moving. My boyfriend got an opportunity, and I want to go with him because we've already done the long distance thing for a year, and we made it through it. But if it was up to me, I would never do that again. It is definitely not the faint of heart. You definitely have to have good communication and be on the same page to do long distance. And the point of our relationship, we're starting to already hopefully start planning to have a family. So definitely being in 2 different states is not going to work for the way we want to raise our children and the way we want to live our life. So that's why I'm moving to Oregon. So with that, after deciding that's what we were going to do, we had to figure out, okay, how are we going to get there? Because his job didn't do any assistance of moving, so it was basically all up to us. And for me, not knowing if I would have a job right when we moved out there, we definitely had to plan for that. So what we did is we divided and conquered, and we figured out who would want to pay for what and how much we would need to save, and that's what we have been doing. And for the most part, everything has been working out pretty smoothly, and stuff that we've already saved for has already been taken out of our account. But still, there's a couple of life decisions we have to make, and I won't share it now because I might want to make a video on it. But just know we're still making decisions on that, and I do accredit budgeting as a big part of the success of this move so far, because I know if I didn't already know how to budget and was diligent with my money, this move would definitely not be possible. Because if you think about it, moving within just the state is already expensive, especially with inflation now. But to even move out of state is even more expensive depending on how you want to do it. So after figuring out how we wanted to move, which we basically decided we're starting over. Like, why not? It's a new place, new beginnings. Why bring in old stuff to a new place, to a new start? And I know some people will be like, oh my gosh, you're like literally getting rid of everything. Yes, we're getting rid of everything, which I find very cool but also scary, because you're definitely getting out of your comfort zone. But it's a new place. If we could save up the money to get new stuff and sell the old stuff, why not? So that's what we have been doing, and it's been pretty fun. So I listed out all of the stuff that I've been spending on, and it's actually not that bad. I thought it was gonna be way more, but luckily it is not, because I need to be staying in a certain budget because we are still saving up for things. So that is good. I think this was drinks. Now I'm just categorizing all these transactions so I know from what category they came from. Obviously, I'm writing down a whole bunch of food. If you don't know me, I am definitely a foodie. I am not shy to any different types of foods and stuff like that. Like, I'll try it, but if I don't like it, then obviously I won't eat it again. But I'm not afraid to try new things with food and things like that. So food is definitely top priority. So right here is all of what I have spent so far from May 20th to today, sorry, which is June 31st, I believe. Or is it June 30th? It might be June 30th. I don't know, and I don't really want to check. But the total, according to my bank account, is $367.31, which I already went over on the food budget, which was $300 for the 2 weeks. So probably gonna have to take money from other accounts, like what am I trying to say? Other budgeting categories, that's what I'm trying to say, and use it to buy food. But overall, I'm happy. I was kind of scared to look at this, but overall, I'm happy that I'm still within the budget of all my living expenses, which is good. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to just share what has been going on, and I wanted to get back to budgeting because I do like doing these videos. So I do plan on consistently posting because now about to do this big move. I think it would be really cool and maybe helpful to other people on how we were able to budget out our money to make this move. So that's what I want to do, and I also want to do other videos of repurchasing all the stuff, how to sell your stuff, and just different things like that, which would be really cool. If you were wondering where's this tracker from, this tracker is my own tracker. I designed it myself. I don't sell it because it's an idea off of somebody else, and I don't think it's right to profit from somebody else's idea when they work so hard. But the reason why I decided to make my own is, one, design style. Two, there's things that I needed that trackers didn't provide. So I was like, why don't I just take what I like about it and make it my own? So that's what I did, and I've been loving it. I've probably been using it for almost a year now and haven't had any problems. And what's the great part about making your own trackers is you get to change it over time as your finances change, which is really cool, because I think I will be changing out this tracker because coming up I will be debt free, and I didn't really have that many debts to begin with, but I will be debt free, so I wouldn't need this portion of the debt because I don't have any debt. So that will probably be updated soon, and that is it. Thank you guys all for watching. Always remember, be you, stay true, be Original Ink, and I'll see you guys in the next video.